Republican Roy Moore's stunning defeat in Alabama marked a watershed moment for the national movement around the issue of sexual abuse. The allegations that Moore had made sexual advances on girls as young as 14 decades ago, when he was in his 30s, had created a real contest out of what should have been an easy victory for any Republican candidate in Ruby Red, Alabama. Women really do seem to be wanting to make their collective voices heard on this issue, and they don't want to see it swept under the rug one more time, said Jessica Leeds, one of those who stepped forward last year to accuse Donald Trump, then the GOP presidential nominee, of having committed sexual misconduct. With Trump's election, that kind of reckoning seemed to have been pushed backward. But the sense of grievance remained, and gained force this fall with the toppling of movie producer Harvey Weinstein and the once revered figures in media and politics who have been taken down in his wake. Democrat Doug Jones' unlikely victory may also be a sign that the formula for winning in a deeply polarized political climate, perfected by Trump, may not be so reliable as it seemed. "I think the politics may be at a real turning point," said Taylor Branch, a Pulitzer Prize-winning author known best for his trilogy of volumes about the civil rights era. Anti-government, obstructionist politics are being reduced to having to be explicitly backward and tribal. That works for Trump, but I just don't think that it's going to keep working. Democrat Doug Jones, whose uphill bid for U.S. Senate gathered strength when Republican Roy Moore was hit with charges of sexual misconduct with teenage girls, won Alabama's special election Tuesday. Democrat Doug Jones, whose uphill bid for U.S. Senate gathered strength when Republican Roy Moore was hit with charges of sexual misconduct with teenage girls, won Alabama's special election Tuesday. As the Me Too movement takes hold and matures, it is moving beyond the stage of rooting out individual bad actors to seeking a different level of accountability, said Fatima Goss-Graves, president of the National Women's Law Center. They want individuals to be held accountable, but really they are seeking institutions to change, she said. There is a new pressure for institutions to finally get this right. In an interview conducted before the Alabama polls closed, Rep. Pramila Jayapal, D-Wash, had said that a win by Jones would be a huge political victory, and it's a victory for women across the country to not have a pedophile in the U.S. Senate, but it's not like we're done with the question. There are still going to be a lot of issues that we have to resolve, a lot of questions that are going to come up. She noted that many Republican leaders in Washington had also opposed Moore, and said, in some ways, Roy Moore is the easiest of all the questions in front of us for the Me Too movement. In a stunning victory aided by scandal, Democrat Doug Jones won Alabama's special Senate election on Tuesday, beating back history, an embattled Republican opponent and President Donald Trump, who urgently endorsed GOP rebel Roy Moore despite a litany of sexual misconduct allegations. It was the